Welcome to Single Ever After. Join me as I journey through the jungle of dating in search of my true love.
So I recorded this previously, and I don't know, it was like a good brain dump to get the initial emotions out. But basically, I've like really been going through it lately. The guy that I've been talking to for the past couple months, who I thought, there was potential there, and, you know, kind of like going with the flow to see where it ends up, has honestly, the best way to describe it is like blindsided me. Um, I don't know if maybe he's like shown me actually who he is and what his intentions are, I guess, if I had to sum it up. So essentially, one of the things that kind of came up be- between us talking and stuff is just that I didn't feel as considered the way that I consider him in us like spending time together, right? I just felt like the only way we'd spend time together is if I like figured out a plan and was like, hey, be free on this day around this time. And I was like, I would appreciate it if you did that too, because I don't think I asked for much. I've been a really huge support in his life with the things that he's been going through and the stress that he's been under and things he's been dealing with. And all I ask in return is that you consider me sometimes and, make a plan for us to spend time together rather than waiting for me to think of something. And I told him that. And initially he was like, you're right. I should have been doing that before. I'm sorry. I'll work on it. Then the next day, he like came to my job to have lunch with me. And, he kind of doubled down on that. Like, I should have been doing this. I'm sorry I haven't been. And, this is not too much to ask for, because I asked, like, am I asking for too much? Like, I just want to be considered, because thus far, I feel like a lot of, like, us getting to know each other has been more of, like, me putting in the effort to get to know him, to understand the things that he's going through, to be compassionate towards his situation, put myself in his shoes and try to give him, some positivity to help him not just kind of like be miserable. And I'm like, this is all I ask for in return. But if it's too much for you, like, let me know. So, he was just like doubling down, like, no, you're not asking for a lot. I should have been doing it. You're right. And I'm going to do it now. Okay, cool. Sure. Literally left my job, and maybe like less than 2 hours later, we get on the phone, and I was actually calling him to tell him about some good news about something we had talked about previously that I've been dealing with. And we didn't even get to that because he let it be known to me that actually I can't give you what you need, and I would like for us to still be friends. And I'm like, I don't know. I was just so shocked and blindsided by that. Like, I usually can put my thoughts together to clearly articulate like what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling. But in that moment, it was just so unexpected that I couldn't really say anything. He asked if we could still be friends, and I was like, all I can muster up to say was like, I don't fuck my friends. No. And I hung up. Like, I couldn't even, like, my thoughts were going 1,000 miles a minute. Like, I couldn't think of what I should respond with, what I needed to say. Like, immediately, I just felt really hurt. I felt really betrayed. I felt like he was a coward for not telling me that to my face when he just saw me. Like, you came to my job and you just like doubled down on, this is not an issue for you. And then, I'm like trying to reconcile how you can tell me I'm like one of the most important people in your life and you care about me, and when I express my need, you pack up and run. you know still can't wrap my head around it. I'm sitting here like going over the last couple months, and it's like, was all that a lie? Am I an idiot? Did I not see the signs before? Like that you're a liar, that you're an awful person, that you didn't deserve my time, my compassion, my support. Like, I'm just like taking stock of everything, and it's just so confusing to me. I just feel so broken. I feel so hurt. And, you know, I think I texted him and I was just like, I can never forgive you for this. You are an awful person, because like I just had this flood of like all these emotions because I'm just so like this came to me out of left field. I just thought, okay, we discussed it, cool, moving on, and now you like go total opposite direction after you just saw me and we had a talk about this. Like, I don't know. I'm still like, I don't know. And I don't think I'm going to get the answers that I need. I don't think I'm going to get the resolution, the closure, or anything. Because I guess maybe the signs were always there. I take people at their word because I give people my word. So if I tell you something, I mean it. I don't ever say things that I don't mean. And I just expect the same of everybody else around me. And especially people that I've been there for. Like, I don't like to see people hurting. I don't like to see people in shitty situations. If I can help you, I will help you. I will do all that I can to help you if I can directly, or help you figure out a plan that will make it better for you. Like, that's just who I am. That's it. Like, genuinely, I was just being myself. And now I feel like I was taken advantage of. I feel like when he was at his worst, for him, he leaned on me a lot, and I made him feel better time and time again. And now when I need something, which I don't think is a major thing, because I haven't actually been putting on him like the things that I've been going through or anything like that. Like, I've been mindful and considerate of what he's going through. So like, I don't want to put my stuff on him, but I'm like, okay, when I tell you I need you to show up for me in this kind of way, you cut and run. I feel so used. I feel so rejected. And it is an awful feeling. I feel like I wasted so much of my energy on somebody who was undeserving of it. Like, we can't even have a conversation because although he says he's still there for me and is a support for me, when I reach out to him to have a conversation to help me reconcile some of these things and try to make sense of it, he goes silent. So my options right now, I think, are to either continue to feel as disappointed and rejected and betrayed and blindsided and broken as I feel now, or to like try to push past this and move on and not think about him and think about it. And it's kind of hard, because I felt like I kept, being like, no, there's something there. No, he's misunderstood. Oh, there's things that, we're on the same page. Like, we have open conversations. We had very candid, very open conversations. There was no beating around the bush. There was no, tiptoeing around what you really want to say. It was very always direct conversations. So to go from that to then this, it's really hard right now for me. And I don't know what I'm doing next. I've invested time and energy into this person. I can't just be like, well, that didn't work out, moving on. I wish I could, but I still don't understand. How could you say you care about me and I'm important to you, and this is how you treat me? I'm still it's just really hard to move past it. And I'm trying my hardest not to think about this, but like literally every day since it's happened, I'm not gonna lie, like I've cried every day because I don't understand. And I'm supposed to be on this journey to my happily ever after, and the way I'm feeling right now, I don't feel like that's something that I would ever obtain. I don't feel like that's something that is in the cards for me. And that's a lot to accept as well. To like, when something is just not happening, and having to come to the decision to call it quits, to throw in the towel. It's really hard. It's really hard to make that choice and to accept that choice. Accepting it, if anything, is harder, in my opinion. And yeah, I don't know what these next episodes are going to be about, because it's just not working out for me. You know, I can only be myself. I can only be who I am. And unfortunately, who I am is a very caring person. I care for people a lot, especially if I get to know them. Like I just want everybody around me to win. And it seems like that is something that is going to hinder me in making the right decisions for myself. It's going to hinder me in recognizing the signs that might be clear and apparent to others. But I'm like, no, give the person a shot, kind of thing. So I don't know. But yeah, I just feel really broken. I feel like my spirit is really broken. And I don't know. I don't know what's next.